Moxie Media presents Heart Disease and Cancer, Reducing Employee Health Risks. Let's face it, no disease frightens us more than the dreaded duo heart disease and cancer. You may have heard stories or have unfortunately experienced these diseases among your own family and friends. A heart attack can come at any moment without warning. Cancer, the big C word that most of us hate to even utter, is a life-threatening disease that can ravish our bodies long before we have noticeable symptoms. And when symptoms of cancer do occur, the nightmare of dealing with this dreaded disease and not knowing what the future will bring is overwhelmingly stressful. Yet, did you know that almost all heart disease and many forms of cancers can be prevented? Although genetics may sometimes play a significant role in getting these dreaded diseases, remember that although we cannot change our parents, we can change lifestyle habits, which we know can significantly increase our risks for heart disease and cancer.
Let me give you bad news and good news. 2 out of 3 people watching this video will die prematurely from either cancer or heart disease. And that's a high percentage. But the good news is 90% of all this can be affected by changing behavior, positively either prevent it or you can add a lot more years to your life. One study shows that lowering CRP and cholesterol together reduces plaque narrowing of the heart. That was just recently published in the New England Journal of Medicine. So this may be a new watermark for predicting if you have heart disease or not, and that is testing for CRP and cholesterol together. When fat deposits line up in your arteries and inflammation results, you can cause tremendous problems. Everybody remembers that President Clinton went in the hospital because of blockage of the arteries. Well, that plaque that builds up in your arteries is also not only there and gets oxidized and hardened with time, but as you get older, it may break loose and give you a stroke. Or it may cause an inflammatory reaction where the plaque just bursts into the artery and causes the whole artery area to have a big clot. If that happens in your coronary artery, that can cause a major heart attack. And as we build these plaques up, they're like sitting there like time bombs. And we have so many people who worked all their lives. You can see there, worked all your lives, and don't put any investment in your health. And let this plaque build up in your arteries. And let your arteries get harder and harder. They call that atherosclerosis. Then one day, you will find yourself retired. You say, I did it. I made it. 30 years. You get your gold watch. You go out to the softball field with your grandchildren, and they say, Papa, Mama, come play some softball with me. So you go out there with your children playing softball on a nice, bright Sunday afternoon. You say, I'm going to hit the softball to my grandchild. They say, Papa and Mama, run the bases, and you do. You run around the bases, but you haven't exercised in 15, 20 years on a regular basis. And you run around second base, and that plaque breaks loose. Then Mama and Papa is laying face down into the ground. Either dead, 30% or more of strokes will kill you, or here you are with half your body paralyzed from a stroke.